The fate of an Omaha attorney who failed to report millions of dollars in taxes is now decided. Thomas Campbell will have to spend 1 year and 1 day in federal prison for filing those bogus returns. Between 2014 and 2018, court documents say Campbell didn't report nearly $3 million in cash that his firm received. Campbell will serve 1 year of supervised release after his time behind bars. He will also have to pay the government more than $400,000.